Radio check. Hello. Welcome back to Radio Check. You there? I am Melissa.
And I'm Cris.
Oh my God. We have our special guest, Cris, today, and we're here to give you our predictions for the Belgian Grand Prix. Now, let's get this thing going. Of course, we're going to go ahead and review our last race predictions for Silverstone. So just a quick review. I predicted Lewis P1 with Lando in P2, Charles P3. Meg predicted same Lewis P1, followed by Kimi and then Max. Chelsea said Kimi in P1, followed by Oscar, then George. And then your predictions were?
Lewis, Kimi, and George.
There you go. I think we see a little common theme. Now, I do have to say, I think those that flopped were unfortunately Meg and Chelsea. They weren't too off, but they had some drivers that that were nowhere near the podium or.
Oh, I mean, Max is. I think he was on for a possible podium.
Yeah. At least P3, yeah.
Right, he could have been. Without him DNFing and then without the safety car, he may have been able to get up there on the podium, but yeah.
And then Kimi was just struggling.
And then obviously the Kimi's car breaking, things that you can't foresee. But, but I think I had 2 out of the 3.
You did.
And
I did too.
And you did as well.
I just had Lewis and Charles in the opposite. So. Yeah.
And then you had Lando.
Lando was just like a hopium.
And then I had Kimi there instead of Charles. So yeah,
which makes sense. Now we're off to Spa. So
you're going to the Spa?
Yes, I am going to Spa. We are heading to the Spa this weekend. Just kidding. We're heading to Spa. And what a legendary track, to be honest. And with an iconic track, we do have many iconic moments. Of course, starting off, we're going to have to mention Michael Schumacher winning his first ever F1 race in 1992. Fast forward a bunch of years into 2024, we had George, who was able to cross the finish line with a one-stop strategy. But he unfortunately was later disqualified and Lewis was awarded P1. This was their last season together at Merck. I think this is when they started calling him the tire whisperer, or he started calling himself the tire whisperer.
I don't think he adorned himself that, but I think people started.
It was one of the two.
The tire whisperer.
Yeah.
But...
I did forget about the disqualification though, so kind of funny when I read that. And then just a year later, after an 80-minute delay, again, I don't remember this being delayed, but it was delayed due to heavy rain, and Oscar was able to overtake Lando during the first lap when the race finally had started, leading him to win and further his lead in the position at the Drivers' Championship at that time of the season. This was when he was just starting to kind of go with the win before everything just went the other way. Now, let's get these predictions going. I'm going to say George in P1, Lewis P2, and Kimi in P3.
Yeah. Kind of interesting you've gone for George to get a win.
I don't know. I just, based off what's been going on,
Well, I think... I mean, he's in the other Merc, so
I'm trying to think logically here.
He has a good shot. And then on any given weekend, George, when he's on it, George can definitely be up there. But for me, I've gone Kimi to win, Lewis to finish in second, and George to finish on the podium.
Why Kimi first then?
Just he's been the better of the 2 drivers this year. He's been the best driver on the grid this year. Hence why he's leading the championship. So, and I don't foresee his car. I mean, Merc isn't really a team that usually has too much reliability issues. So I don't foresee them having another reliability issue for the race. So, I think all that said, I if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I just think
you hear that, Ferrari?
So I see Kimi. I just think Kimi will get the win. Lewis in second. Just his form has been better lately. The car, he seems to really love the car.
He remember who he is now,
and yeah, he remembers who he is now, and so I just think I don't know. He's been on it. So Lewis finishing second, and then George purely just off of being in the other Mercedes, and just the advantage that they have in that car is enough for me to put him just back up on the podium again. Max without any of their reliability issues, Max could definitely be in there, and obviously Charles and the other Ferraris.
Yeah, it's those three teams, to be honest. I think the ones to look at right now.
For sure.
So yeah. Now Meg, she did give us her predictions. Excuse me. She has Kimi finishing on P1, followed by Lando, and then Charles running out the podium. Chelsea, unfortunately, did not give us our predictions, but maybe she'll share them with us through comments. Chelsea, please, can you do so?
If I had to guess, she'd probably say Carlos P1.
She's a little bit more realistic than me. I sometimes just go based off vibes and like the Lulus. So,
but no, yeah, I wonder what Chelsea
would predict.
I'm sure she probably would do it. I think everyone except for you went for a Kimi win.
Yeah.
So
that's true. I'm excited for a weekend at Spa. Keep in mind, this is the final year before they start alternating between Spa and Barcelona, where one year will be in Barcelona, and then the following will be in Spa, and then they alternate till God knows when.
Yeah, I think that's criminal.
Extremely.
But that's neither here nor there, right?
It is what it is. So
they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But I feel like we've been losing some of the better tracks.
I agree.
Barcelona being on a alternate schedule with,
and Madrid doesn't count
with now Spa, which is crazy, and then obviously with the we're no longer racing in France at Paul Ricard, and so Imola, right? So, but I am happy, we are getting Turkey back. I like the Turkey, the Turkish Grand Prix. It was good to see too that we brought back the Chinese Grand Prix. But yeah, I just think for things like Madrid, like them getting a race, I don't think was necessary. Barcelona's a pretty great track. Teams usually test there. It's a wonderful track. But hey, it is what it is.
Money talks.
Yeah, money talks, and FIA or the FIA. Well, FIA, and
Yep, exactly. And that is all for predictions, folks. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts, especially your predictions. I like actually reading them and seeing what people guess for the podium that upcoming weekend, but we do read them all. We are on Instagram, YouTube, Threads, and TikTok at Radio Check You there. We'll catch you all in the paddocks next time at the Belgian Grand Prix. Bye.
Peace, boats and hoes.